Welcome back, I'm Jeff Byers, and this is the reverse foot video 2, and we're going to continue with the reverse foot setup, and we are going to start adding a constraints for the joints, and the next step is to go ahead and start constraining these joints together. So right now we're going to go ahead and click on the left RF ankle joint. That's the larger joint, and we're going to go ahead and shift select the IK handle, so that'd be the left ankle IK handle. We're going to go into constraints, so hold down the space bar, go to constrain, and we're going to go into the point constraint. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the option box for that. Go ahead and reset settings, so edit, reset settings, and we're going to click on maintain offset. We do not want that joint to move, so click add to that. Right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the left RF ball joint, which is down here, and you can see it's named left RF ball joint, and we are going to shift select the left ankle joint, which is the smaller joint in here. So gonna go ahead and get a little closer, hold the shift key, and then click on this little guy inside. You can see that's the left ankle joint, and we're going to do an orient constraint on this. So we're going to go ahead and hold down the space bar, go to constraint, and we're going to do an orient constraint. So go ahead and go into the option box for that, and we are going to go ahead and reset it and maintain offset. Click add to that. Okay, the last one we're going to do is the left RF toe joint. So this is this guy right here. Alright, and we are now going to shift select the left ball joint. Alright, so because we made the reverse foot joints larger, it's easy to find out where the little ones are. So the little joints are the ones that are the original joints that we created earlier. So I'm going to hold the shift key and click on that guy right there, and that's the left ball joint. Okay, and we're going to do an orient constraint on this as well. So click on constraint, orient, and option box, and edit, reset settings, and then click on the maintain offset. Click add. Alright, so if this is working properly, then we'll be able to select that heel and then move it up, and everything should move together. Now it's normal for, if you go down too far, that it pulls away. You don't want to go down too far. Normally you would never animate that way, so I'm going to go Control Z back, and you're just supposed to go up with it. Alright, we'll do the other foot. I'm going to pause the video, you do the other foot, and we'll come back. Alright, just wanted to show you what does happen when you don't orient the joints before you add an IK handle to it. Is it rotates this object. So that's what I'm talking about. It inherits the rotational values of the joints. So when I oriented the joints with the IK system on, this is what happens when you try to constrain objects to it. So what I'll have to do is can't really go back, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the IK handle and delete it. I'm going to select the top of the joint and go in here and zero these out, rotate X, Y, and Z. Just hit the 0 key and zero those out, and you can see that it's back where it needs to be. So everything looks good. And then now I've got to add the IK system on there. So there's a way to fix that if that happens to you. So I'm going to go to skeleton, create IK handle, go into the option box, reset the tool, and go ahead and click on the thigh, and then zoom in a little bit and click on the ankle, and there's our new system, IK system. You're going to have to rename it, so this one's called left ankle IK handle, and this one should be right ankle IK handle. Okay, and we don't need the one behind it. Here we go. Alright, so that is it. So let's go ahead and continue getting these things set up. And we'll do a point constraint on this. We'll go to the next one, to the ball joint, and we'll do the right ankle, and we're going to do an orient constraint, and then we're going to go to the toe and the ball and do the same thing. Okay, and then we're going to check everything with the heel selected, and there it is. Looks good. Okay. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to create a foot controller. To do that, we're just going to do some simple curve. So we're going to curve surfaces and click on the circle. Place it down. And you probably want to turn on your mesh. And get that place kind of where the foot is. Line it up. And let's see here. Move it over. And scale that down a little bit. Elongate it a little bit. Okay. And then move it into place. There we go. Okay, we can turn off the mesh, and we'll just add a couple so it looks more like a foot. There we go. And so we'll go ahead and we want to call that the left foot control. So left foot CTRL. Alright, and then we want to mirror that over. So let's go ahead and mirror that over. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move it and snap it to the ankle joint. So to move the pivot point, you have to hold down the D key as in dog, and then the V key as in Victor. And with both of those held down, you can click on with your left mouse button, click on the center and move it. And then let both of those keys off. So that's a D and V together, and then moving the pivot point. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to mirror that over. So go to Edit, Duplicate, Special, and let's go ahead and reset settings. And here we're going to do a negative scale in the X. Click on Duplicate Special, and we'll move that over. So this time we're just going to hit the V key and move that over. Okay, so then we need to rename that. So this one's going to be renamed right foot. And we'll take the one off there. Okay. And it's necessary and very important that we delete the history and freeze transformations on these. So go ahead and click those two. edit, delete by type history, and modify freeze transformations. There we go. Alright. And what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and parent the foot controller to the heel joint. So select the heel joint, shift select the controller, and we're going to hit the P key. So press P on the keyboard. Okay? So when I click on this, we can now move the whole entire foot up. Okay, so make sure your Control Z back, and we'll do the same thing with this guy over here. Select the heel, and then shift select the controller, and then hit P. And then you need to make sure you test this out and move it up and down. Okay, that's it for this video. We'll come back and we'll show you how to add the set driven keys for the foot roll.